Hello there and welcome back to another ARK Survival Ascended build tutorial. Today we're going to be building this little cozy wooden cabin in the snow. It's quite small, so you can definitely use it as a starter base as well, but probably you don't want to build it in the snow because it's a little bit more of a dangerous area, of course. It's got everything you need, from a little place to store a dino to a front porch with a forge, to all the necessities and of course the cozy vibes on the inside. So I'll be taking you through how to build this yourself, and at the end of course we'll do a little walkthrough of how cozy the inside really is. Okay, so let's get started with the foundation. Now you want to build a 2x3 foundation. Of course you can pick whatever location you want to build in. If you want to build in this location, at the end in the little walkthrough I will show you the exact coordinates of the little ruin here and where I build my log cabin. So this should be the foundation, nice and easy. Then we're going to extend it at the front with 2 ceilings for a little porch area. But yeah, that's basically the simple starting shape. Then of course we're going to decide where all walls, doors and windows are going to be. We're going to have a door right here. Make sure it faces the right way. Then we're going to go and look at where the windows are going to be. We're going to have a window right here. We're going to have a window right there. And we're going to have a window right there. You can enjoy this view. You can enjoy that view. And we can check out whatever is happening in front of our door. The rest of the walls we'll just keep to normal ones. Again, as usually, if you really want to change this around, feel free to do whatever you need for your build. This is just the best way I have found that this little cabin works. Then we're going to go on with some quarter walls. We'll place them like so, and then we'll switch to the next one, so the alternative side, so we can fit it in with the sloped walls we'll be using. And then we'll fit some sloped walls to the side. We do this so that we can have a little overhang for the roof. Yeah, so the next one we want to place right here. Now, I've been getting a lot of comments on my previous builds that this apparently doesn't work on like official servers. So that is very unfortunate. I guess technically you could also just make the normal shape without the overlapping. The only thing would be that you wouldn't have the roof sticking out, but for the rest you could still follow along with the build. It would just look a little bit different and a little less nice, because the next bit you probably can't do as well, so you'll probably have to go for a more simple roof, unfortunately. Okay, so next what we want to do is we want to build a little platform here, which is going to be a helping guiding snap point for what we're going to do next. And then underneath we basically want to have a wall. I like to make sure that these walls are facing the same way. Just looks nicer in my opinion, and especially later on when we connect them all up, I just think it looks a little bit better that way. Then we're going to take another sloped wall, and we're going to flip through the snap points until we get this one. That's the one we'll take. And then we'll connect one underneath like that. So we'll do it again on this side. Again, make sure, at least for me, for my preference, to make sure the same side faces this way. And we'll place that as well. And then what we want to do for the rest, to just incorporate it into the build, is we want to finish this wall so we don't see this weird structure sticking out. And we want to make sure it goes one higher as well, because we will need that snap point for the rest of the roof. Now let's do the roof. Now we're already doing the details. So you want to get that snap point, and then you can just go across like that. And then for the next one you want to get this snap point and move across like so. Same deal on the other side. So we want to get this snap point and move along the side. So I think this is a really nice looking roof. We can add some details with some railings. I at least would suggest doing these. I think this just looks very nice. This is also an option if you're building on official, but I'll show you more examples a little bit later. You could add more details if you want. I've chosen for this build not to do it, but of course if you want to add more like this, or you want to add some like this, feel free to, but I think for now we'll leave it at this for the roof. The only thing we'll add is some pillars on the end, just to make it a little bit more stand out. And then we'll continue with doing some pillars for the rest of the build. So let's make sure we have some pillars on the side, make sure to connect them at the bottom as well. We'll have some beams going across like so, and then we'll connect this up. Make sure you get the right snap point so it doesn't stick out on the top either. Let's do the same here. So we'll place pillars like this. We'll place some beams here and we'll get the right snap point as well. Then we'll place beams along here. Don't place any beams in the entrance. Just go along the bottom like so. And then we basically have everything that we need. Now we want to place a little bit of guides here so that we can get the right snap points. We want to place pillars here and have some pillars like that as well. Place one there as well, because we're gonna have some stairs leading from here. Now we can take away these and we can place in some fence to finish this porch. And on here we want to connect some stairs like so. And then we have the little front porch done. So we are quite far with our design right now. Now what we want to do, of course, is want to make sure that we have some doors. Personal preference, what way you want to face these doesn't really matter too much for the design, of course. And then the door is going to go right there. Let's open these for a little bit of light later on. We got some company right there. So yeah, this is basically the standard cabin done, but we're gonna have one little addition on the side right here. We're gonna place some quarter ceilings here. We want to have 4 like this, and then place another one. You could also do big ceilings, but I just like the look this gives us. Then we're gonna place some supports, but if we want to place some pillars right away, it won't really let us. Only here it will, so we'll place that support, but on the other side it won't. So what you do is you place some quarter walls on top, because for some reason now it does know to find these snap points. We'll connect the pillars all the way until we have a shape like this, and then we can take away these supports, and for some reason our pillars don't disappear. So we have something like this, and then we can make some more details here. So we'll do the fence, flip it around again to make this kind of pattern along the sides, which looks nice, and also make sure that whatever you put here will stay inside. And then we'll put a feeding trough here in the middle. So this is our little addition, so you can park a dino here, maybe a nice dire wolf, whatever you want. So yeah, that is what you can do. And then of course we'll need to do some interior, but first let me show how you could make this work on official. So on official, of course, you can't do the overlapping, so what you would do is just go for the normal shape. Unfortunately, you probably won't be able to do the overlap, I think, if you can. I'm not on official, so I can't really try it. You can't build the guides here, so you probably can't get the overlap. What you could do is place one here. If it does let you get this snap point, that's good, because then you'll have at least the overlap at the front and at the back of the house. If it doesn't, you can just go for the normal roof. It will just be slightly less detailed. Now you probably can't get the bit sticking out like that, so instead you'll probably have to go for some details with just the railings, I think. But at least you'll be able to make the roof work. And I think you should also be able to get the little overlap like this. So at least that can make your roof look like it's overlapping on the side as well. So that is what you do. If you're an official, you can just go for something like this. Okay, so let's start on the interior, or at least the decorating. First thing is actually going to be outside. So you want to place a forge right here so that we have that going on for us. And then we'll actually move on to the inside. Now, first things first, very important, we want to have our fireplace, because you can't have a cozy cabin like this without doing that. Now, you also need to fill in this all the way along the top so that we don't see any gaps anymore. So you just take some quarter walls and you go along both sides so that it's completely closed off, because of course it needs to be cozy, so we can't have all the heat escape. We'll place our smithy right there. We'll place a bed right here so that we have that going on. Here we'll place a table. We'll do this. We'll place a chair like so. So it's already starting to get cozy. You want to make sure that you have free placing mode with this, because then you can get it nice and close to the fireplace without any problems. And then what we want to do is add in some more storage. So the first one probably right there, and then we can just place 2 more next to it without too many problems. So it's already getting quite cozy in here. Now that I like to also add a bench in here so you can actually enjoy the fire, and it makes for an even cozier interior. And then you're pretty much done with the interior. I think I've got everything. I might have done a little bit more interior on my actual server, but we'll see that right in a second. Okay, let's check out the little cabin over there. There's also these runes right next to it with an explorer node if you want to check it out. These are the cords if you want to build on the exact same spot as I did. But yeah, this is what it will look like once you're done. And I really love this spot with like the waterfall behind it. You got the nice like blue water with some ice shards in it. Of course, when it does get very cloudy and misty, it can be very different atmosphere, but it's still a beautiful place to live in. Now we've got this little cabin here, which I think looks nice and cozy. But of course, first let's put on all the lights, because that is what we need to make it really cozy. Have the little clouds puff going up. But yeah, it's a nice and simple design. Definitely would also just work as a starter house if you're not building it in the snow. But of course, just for the coziness, it feels a little bit better here. Here on the side, we have a feeding trough, so you could park some dinos here. If you want, you could make a pen out of it or something a little bit safer. But I just like the look of this little addition to the hut, basically, where you can have a dino just, you know, as a little stable area. And then we have the front porch with the forge on it, which I think looks really nice as well. Plus, it just gives you basically everything that you need in a house. Then when we go inside, it's nice and cozy, as you can see. So the supports that we built for, you know, getting the roof in the right spot, we're also using as some extra storage. So we have some extra boxes up there hidden. We got some storage here as well. I tried to make it like a real survival base, and I think this is plenty of storage to last you a little bit. You got the smithy right here, so you can work here, and you can probably also access it from out here, so you can quickly transfer your metal if you need to. I thought that would be quite handy as well. We got the little fireplace, of course, can't go missing in a cozy house like this. Got the cooking pot here as well if you want to cook up some colors or whatever, but it just also looks kind of nice and cozy. And we've got the little seat here as well, so that you can actually enjoy the fire and just, you know, sit and relax a little bit. Also adds a little bit more to making this place extra cozy because now there's less space to go by. We got a window here, of course, looking out over the bed. So you always will wake up to some nice views, hopefully. And then we got another place here where you can sit at the table, mortar and pestle. So basically, you got everything you need, or almost everything you need, I think, to, you know, just start surviving out here. And it also just makes the little house look super cozy. A real nice log cabin, I would say. I really love how it turned out, and even though it might be in a quite a dangerous location, it does look very peaceful like this.